910 high. Brian? Question.
Hey guys, welcome in. Turn on the music a little. There's so much that I'm keeping track of. Honestly, I should cut back on some of this crap. But welcome in. I saw Sparky Snickle. Saw Garnican. Who else popped in? Christian's here. What's up, Christian? Checking to see where messages are coming from. It looks like I'm able to send messages to both YouTube channels. That's nice. I do have SpeakerBot on. Now, it doesn't appear to be doing Twitch chat, which I believe I muted. I'm gonna see if I can fix that real quick. So YouTube chat seems to be working. Not much, Sparky. How was your stream today? I hope you had a good Vox Edit session. Today I'm going to be working on some character design and exporting some GIFs. Should be interesting. Okay, I'm looking for voice chat capabilities. How? It's magic. Settings. Enabled? Cat. I am using a software called VCFace. It lets me do like VTuber stuff. Alright, I shouldn't be showing all this stuff on screen. So it looks like Twitch is connected. Simple is always good. We like simple. Excuse me. This is a test.
Among Us.
Among Us. Mellow.
Productive.
Oh, that's working now. Mellow, productive. I am not a saucy baka. That's good to hear, Sparky. Sparky, I'm going to give you a new voice. I saw Garnican popped in too, so... Garnican, if you want a different voice, let me know. Let's see. I'm going to give you...
I'm only seeing the starting screen.
I think I fixed it now.
With countdown at 0 o'clock.
The countdown has begun. Do you have the old man with the pipe? I think so. I think I'm running out of free voice time.
The old man pointing with a pipe.
Yeah. Ironically, like I'm reading these faster than the voices come out. That's just my instinct, I guess. I'll stop paying attention to chat.
Perfect.
Perfect. So this is one of the characters, the main character. His name's Zachary.
Now I can see.
Now I can see. So what I was intending to do with this character was to do a simple GIF render. Probably going to do like a couple frames. So let's go ahead and pull up a animation. See what we got. I don't want any complicated animations. Which is like
I love
almost
that voice
everything.
at Garnicon_.
You can have it too if you want. Ugh.
Me too.
Character invalid. I think I just had to have the character selected. The only thing is the hands. The hands are kind of weird. And there's not really an easy way to remove the hands. I can relax them though. Alright, this is good. Practice. Practice is important.
They need an exasperated mother voice.
Is that your current mood? Yeah, that's the animation we want. Okay, we're not using that. Probably gonna do like only a few frames. This is already too much animation. I
Hands
just want
are
like a
always
simple
so
idle.
complicated.
Always and forever. So these are like conversational. I think I should just find like a pose. Female poses. Here's like a breath. Let's see what default animations I have. This is probably more what we want. So just kind of like
try
looking
for
around.
encouraging, but mostly probably fail.
I think you're encouraging. Maybe it's the exasperated mother voice that is most encouraging. Let's see if I have an option. These are all free voices, but I think I'm running out of credits for the freebies. We'll just try a couple different ones. Sparky, while you're here. Okay, so I want my out point, which I can just grab it. So now it should loop. It's doing this weird chest thing. I'm assuming my belt, or maybe even my boobs here, have like spring bones, which is kind of annoying. But what I can do is I can give this like a starting frame. So basically in these first couple frames, it's gonna make the breasts on my character stop moving.
I'm
then it
not
moves.
picky.
Too late, Sparky, I gave you the best one. Okay, we'll add an expression. And ideally, we want it to loop. We should be able to set the speed of it, and it'll end around the same time as our other. And so now it should loop properly. Looks like a good loop. Cool. This is essentially our main character waiting on the title screen. Let's go ahead and save it. This will be 0514.
I'm laughing so hard.
Well, I'm glad we can make your day there, Sparky. What's up, Hoddle? Good morning, Miss Hillary. Hoddle, I'll give you a voice too. I think I assigned you one. It's called Chloe.
At Hoddle Hill.
Genie, my friends.
It's so soft-spoken. It's actually a perfect fit. There's not a lot of girl voices that were free. Oh, there's a mommy voice. Wait,
Oh,
Moxie voice. Alright, well we got our character, so I'm going to render out an image sequence. We actually don't really want a large frame rate. I'm trying to keep this kind of low key, where it's almost like you're playing an old video game. No lighting,
How the
actually.
hell?
Yeah, what up, Kraken? How's
I'll
it going?
be lurking.
Yeah, please.
Hello.
Hello. As for these
Hey,
streams,
Garnican.
hey, these streams, I'm planning to do more of like a group work. I'm sure you guys have seen those on Twitch, where it's kind of
That's
like
perfect for Hoddle Hill.
perfect, kind of like Pomodoro
Wait,
on
where
stream.
did my cute voice go?
You want the cute voice back? Sorry about that, Hoddle. And Kraken, I can give you a funny voice.
Kraken Barboe.
Here you go, Kraken. You can be Albus Dumbledore. Alright, so we got the render. We're doing a sequence. I'll go ahead and generate all the frames. We want 1024. And we want to keep the character in the frame. Yeah, let's go ahead and export this.
Harry,
Temporal? Nah. We'll just render this.
Hey,
We want the whole
do
range.
you have Emperor Palpatine?
Okay, we're gonna make a new folder for today. This will be Zach1. PNG's fine. We'll do 01. Cool.
Harry did UPR naming the goblet of fire.
What?
Hi.
Harry. You have Emperor Palpatine? Alright. If you guys like this, first of all, it's called SpeakerBot. I'm using the free voices.
Dumbledore Asked Kali.
Albus actually doesn't sound like Dumbledore. It sounds like, you know, European. But we got like Eminem. So here you go, Kraken. You can be Eminem. For Garnikin, I believe Emperor Palpatine you have to pay for. So that's what I meant to add. We've got Putin, Shadow, Shapiro, Sonic, Squidward, Pirate. You can be a pirate.
And then the fans of the books attacked the movies.
Let's see. Let me go to...
Thank God it's only Lynch.
My pyro is a moron.
Who's a moron? You're not a moron, Ezekiel. Alright, well here's the software. It's called TTS Monster. I'm considering paying for the 24 bucks. We'll see. But that's what gets me unlimited text-to-speak voices. So right now, oh, we got 200 text-to-speak messages left for free. But here's all the voices. And I saw Palpatine here, so that's why I wanted to show it. I thought I saw it.
My pyro.
Pyro. Well, I didn't see it. If I search... No Palpatine. Damn. Oh well. But yeah, that's the software we're using if anybody's curious. Cool. So I got my image here. Ignore the boobs sagging. This is pretty good. It'll be a longer GIF.
Entertaining for sure.
For sure. Okay, I want to make sure the starting frame and the ending frame are the same. So I'm going to close this, and it needs to be pretty much identical. It's not. The eyes are off. It doesn't look like the eyes move. How do you have subtitles? It's a Twitch extension. What's up, Buddha? So sadly, YouTube...
What's going on?
What is going on? There's too much going on, that's what.
Wouldst thou consider moisturizing thy skin with plant-based oil extracts?
Thanks, Kraken, for the follow.
Just followed.
This is the goofiest stream I've ever been on.
Well, enjoy your stay while you're here.
Hey Kraken Babbleboy, thanks for hitting that follow button.
Kraken, do you make games too?
Kraken Barboy, welcome to the other side.
Buddha, I don't know why your message... I think it went through, but in terms of, like, funny voices, only
Marcus
Twitch...
Nicholas, this your spokesman.
Twitch has the funny voices. Too much, Kraken, too much.
What the fuck is happening?
Alright, I need to focus, or else I'll get nothing done, which is usually what happens. So I have the eyes looking, but I'm trying to match them. it looks okay, actually. But we can tell there's a clear shift. So what I'll do is I'll re-export this. But yeah, Buddha, welcome in. Cool. So what I'll do is take this character, and I will essentially loop this, or at least take that first frame. If I loop it, I don't think the body was what needed to be looped, it was the expression. So I essentially want to reverse this. So we'll set speed. There should be a way to reverse it. Well, I can break it. And then I can try set speed -100. No, that didn't work. Reverse. Is there a reverse button? Rename import set speed downsample. Alright, I'm gonna search it. We're Googling. Charge the eels! iClone 8. Reverse flip.
Why are you a cat now?
Why not be a cat, dude? Right click and reverse in the menu. But that's what I was looking for. It has to be in the motion track, maybe? Oh, yeah. So I guess the expressions won't reverse. That's annoying. Okay. But I should be able to... So I can see his eyes shift like that. This might cause a problem. By problem, I mean my OCD is acting up.
Emesis Blue.
Emesis. My OCD is acting up. Should be able to fix it though. So basically, there's going to be 2 empty frames here where we'll go back to that original eye movement. And I'll even make this a little bit slower. So it's almost like guaranteed. So that way the expression itself resets properly. The first couple frames here are to make the weight of my clothing be kind of like settle. What's Emesis Blue? What are you on about? Hey, Go West, what's up, dude? Alright, we'll export this again.
Hey Doc Voive in my ear hole.
Go West, let me give you a funny voice while you're here. Here, you can be, Plankton. That sounds like a very Go West voice, I'm sure. Okay, so this is O2. We'll export. Great, now what I plan to do with this is go to Easy GIF. And this is by far like the easiest way to make a GIF out of images or videos. And we're going to take the...
We shall see.
We'll take the GIF maker. And you can do up to 2,000 images. It's all free. So we can drag and drop files, which is what I'll do. And so again, we have like these settling frames. I don't know why my male character has boob physics, but he does. And we want the very first frame, which is number 12. So just to clarify, we have 11 and then 12. So 12 is like the very first animated frame. So we'll take 11 through 0, delete those. Looks like this is done exporting.
A male boob's top seller.
Hey, no judgment here.
What type of game are you making?
It's an interactive fiction. So, you know, like old Choose Your Own Adventures?
Kitty Cat 64.
No, we can't. I haven't played it, Ezekiel. But interactive fiction using the Ink language. Are you familiar with like game design, game making, Kraken? I know I'm streaming in software game development, so curious what your experience is. But I guess I could pull up the current prototype that we've been working on. I'll have to log in. So this is a quick prototype I'll share.
How to open blueprints in Unreal.
Oh, cool, man. I spent a lot of time in Unreal too. This past month, I've been exploring other software and character design especially. But Unreal is, you know, the end goal. But I want to focus on story for now.
I don't mind what you are doing.
You don't mind? Thanks, man. So, this is Choose Your Own Adventure. Very...
That's how I found you with that tag.
Yeah. So I suckered you in, huh? Choose your own adventure.
Every choose your own adventure in the school library.
So essentially, we're using variables to pick up items. So for example, looking outside, there's a campfire. And after a minute of searching, I found a box of matches. So now I can check my belongings, the box of matches appears. Then I can return to the entrance, enter a dark cave. Then I can light my torch with the matches I found outside. So just to reload this and then try to go into the cave, we can enter, look for something to ignite the torch outside. So that's kind of like summarizes what we've been, the software itself. You're using variables, choose your own adventure. The last stream I did, I was working on AI images for backgrounds. And so I decided for character design, I was going to use this character design software that I've already experimented with for like a year now. And I've gotten very familiar with the software. And so adding animations, and now we're going to be making a GIF. So let's see how that GIF turned out. Still uploading. And then we're going to be overlaying that on top of AI images, which I've been practicing with lighting.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey. So let me actually open up AI ComfyUI. And we'll see.
So that there's an option to oil up and dance to Crazy Frog PLSSS.
No, that is not going to happen. Hey, Xura, what's up? Sparky, I didn't know you were such a fan of Choose Your Own Adventure games. I never really did the books. I've always acknowledged them. I've always been a gamer. So this is pretty much gamified, you know, visual. Let me open up the Ink story. So this is what we've been working through. This is kind of like a summary of the software. So it uses variables. We added images. So this is what I was struggling with last stream. So what I can do is show you what it looks like with images. So whoever's watching, I should say. Okay, so here is with images. And what I intend to do is add multiple images overlaid on top of each other. This will represent like, oh, I can go forward or I can go, to the right, to the left. And then I'm also going to be adding sound effects. Let's say...
Love the style.
Oh, I'm glad. This is the default style. I prefer dark theme, of course. But the idea here is there will be images on screen to represent the story that you're going through. The software itself supports it, but as for like game engines, you would basically use this as the narrative. So this is like the game boiled down into only narrative. So it's like choose your own adventure. It kind of speaks for itself. It's like, oh, you're going into a tavern, or a cavern, I should say. So you either enter or you can look outside. And so we're kind of like boiling down the entire game into the story before we go any further. So I wanted to load my workflow that I was working on. Icy lighting. So this is what I was experimenting with yesterday. And it's essentially adding lighting to an image. So let me just do a quick prompt, see what happens. See what I ended with. So I was using this image of Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3. And I was putting them on top of this background. So I won't try to overcomplicate, what you're looking at. I'm trying to summarize. But essentially, I'm taking a PNG of Astarion. And this can remove backgrounds, but the picture I had already had the background removed. So I'm just taking that direct image, placing it on top of the AI background. And then I've been working with lighting. So basically the rest of these nodes are adding lighting. So we'll see what that looks like in a moment. So usually the first generation when it comes to AI is going to take the longest because it's loading models. And I do have errors that pop up occasionally, but it still works. And so here's what the light is being added as. Now, generally I can adjust this, but for this specific image, it works. And you could add various, text prompts. I haven't had much luck with it, and I'm kind of focusing on just adding lighting right now. So it essentially took
Guess what?
my character here, placed him on top of it, and then blended the background lighting with this fake lighting, and it created this blend. And so this is going to be kind of like the resulting image. So I can focus on the character, I can focus on the background, then I can mash them together, and it'll make it look seamless. But yeah, that's the idea. So now that we've made our GIF, you can see how this blends together. So we want the whole frame. How many frames are there? 212. Delay time. We'll keep it default. Loop is fine. We don't want crossfade. Let's see what the GIF spits out. Hey, are the emotes working? See if they pop up on screen. Oh, dude, my my character isn't up on screen. I don't see him. Oh, okay. It's much larger than he needs to be. We'll do a reset transform here. Is this working? Emote wall chat. I had to disable this the other day because somebody was putting garbage up on screen. So Go West, the memes work. I just have to go into each individual one and like reset them, which is kind of annoying. So every meme that you remember, Go West. We'll make it work. Okay, I didn't mean literally. Just over time, it doesn't have to be all at once. I'll give you one more. You have one
Challenging
more.
my memory.
But I've
Where
always
is the fun in that?
where is the fun in that? I've always enjoyed the memes. It's more so like we have like 200 plus, so like having to reset them all. Like I don't know if you saw what I did, but I had to like enter it or remove it, then re-enter it, which doesn't take too long, but I have to do 200 of
Do
those.
you want to know something about me?
Tell me everything, Ezekiel. See if this works.
Yeah, I can feel that.
I feel it. Damn, it didn't work. Does anything work?
Well, look who decided to show.
I mean, that works. Oh, I did all of these. There's so many woohoos! Alright, we're doing this for you, Who.
I have no name or anything.
Who are you? If this doesn't work, I'm moving on.
Who? Right? Am I right?
Looks like it worked. Alright, that's enough. So my GIF here, we don't want the
Oh,
trip.
that's the booze woohoo.
We don't want the trippy. Don't stack. That's what we wanted. First frame is background. We don't want that either. This is a little bit slow, so we'll do up to 100.
I don't know. I don't even know myself.
The bonus woohoo. So it's a little bit slow now. So it's 1/100th of a second. Why is it so slow? Let's try going the other way. Yeah, it's a more natural speed. Cool, let's download it. Save. Okay, so this is the result. If it loads. Looks pretty good. So the new problem with GIFs is overlaying them with the AI, much like how we did here. Let's see what we can do about it.
Guess what?
Tell me.
Can you add an option to oil up and rapidly dance to Crazy Frog whilst loudly chanting the hymn of the Soviet Union PLSSS?
I cannot, but I appreciate the enthusiasm. I see you came from YouTube, so I'll give you a fun voice. Here you can be Jazz. I have no idea. No, Kronk is better. I want to hear Kronk.
Last one alive, lock the door.
Alright, just keep in mind,
False.
if anybody ruins voice or text on screen for everybody, I will disable it without hesitation. Yeah, I will not be dancing the Crazy Frog oiled up and loudly chanting the Soviet Union. I apologize in advance. Cool, so we're going to be trying to add our GIF sequence, which ironically, I didn't even have to use EasyGIF, but it was a good example. What I can do is convert it inside here. So we can do images batch.
You've done me proud, boys. Every one of you deserve a medal.
Thanks, Ezekiel. Image batch. Or is it sequence? Extract image sequence from batch. Batch load image sequence. Yep, there's our path. So we can take it from here. And start index frame count. There's 212. So we should be able to display this. Start index 1. Image batch. Load image batch from directive. I think that's what we want. So we just want to see where this loads. So it's loading the images right now. Permission denied. Alright, well I can keep building on this. Hopefully it's loading. Preview batch. Preview animation. One at a time, boys. One at a time. So we're resizing the image. We're masking the image. Now we want to create a video sequence. Video combine. So I might need to add a couple extra things here. So it's using animate diff, which I might have to add a new loader. So we have animated LCM.
You cannot burn me. I'm already on fire.
No, sir. Let me just double check, make sure YouTube's working. Oh, we got duplicate cats on screen. I forgot about that. Okay, moving on. So it looks like my image is loaded. And it loaded as a batch, which is fine. FPS, I think we set to 12.
Heavy is dead.
Okay. So we have our animated diff loader. We might have to do a little bit of research. We do have the LCM though. So I'll try using LCM. That's our mat. A sampler. So motion, and we have video combine. File names.
Who kill Heavy?
Yeah, probably won't be talking too much. Just trying to focus on this.
I made these animations.
Video combine. Animate diff. And it seems to be working. Inputs, load video, MP4. Yeah, we want the GIF. I don't think we need to load that. Oh, we did load it. Animate diff loader. Why does this look different? Animate diff loader. Deprecated. I'm looking at the old one. So we have Laura's as well. We have zoom in, zoom out. I do remember getting those. Okay, well that might be fun to try. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and feed model in. Model out. We'll just do a quick export while we're researching. We're using an LCM. Ooh, those are nice. So we do have SDXL beta, but I'm using ST15. I want LCMs because they're faster. No LCM here. So judging by the date, 8 months ago, these are all for SD's 15 or 1.5, I should say, because SDXL 6 months ago. These are LoRa's, which kind of go on top of the checkpoint. Oh, the video combine is what I was supposed to plug in. But didn't save it properly. Okay. Got K-sampler 25.7. Noise 1. Combine. Why kind of thick though? I don't know.
Why kind of thick though?
Been working out, bro. So he's just trying different exports. That's fine. Animate diff combine is what I was looking for though. So not video combine. Use video combine. Okay. So the LCM might not be working. So multiple VA encodes here. And they're going to the resizer. I'm adding the motion just for kicks, but probably should be best to take it off for now. So it's all combining. However, I'm not getting what I'm looking for. So I'm probably skipping a step.
Disconnect or reconnect any of these nodes unless you want to. You can just load a workflow like this, press Q prompt and basically get started. But we're going to look at some of the settings here so you know what's going on. For the text to
Empty latent image big batch. So this is something I don't have yet. So we're gonna want 50 probably to start, and I'll maybe undo the resize for now. Oh, what's... Image load cap. Let's just do 50 for now. Start index 1 maybe. I prefer not having to resize these. So for now, I guess I won't. We'll take the empty load big batch. Feed that to the default latent, which I don't see anywhere. It's this one. So that's for the lighting. We have an empty latent. And this is our VA encode, which is using the mask. I don't know if this will work. I should probably just remove the 50 for now. How's it going, Suhaib? I'm trying to add a GIF with lighting. This is definitely more complex than what I've been doing.
Frames you're going to be setting for this. First, the number of frames, that's how long your animation will be. In this case, it's 50 here. And then at the end, we're going to have frame rate. So that's how many frames for each second of animation. Usually for film and TV, it's about 24 or 25. I usually set this at 12, which is half of a film frame rate. 8. The default
I'm doing well, thanks.
As well. In this
It's keeping productive.
Of 12 FPS and a value of 50 frames, this is going to run for a little over 4 seconds. Now bear in mind, Animate Diff can only make animations that are 36 frames at most. But we'll look at that in a bit. We can still make longer animations. They're just going to be chained together. You'll see what I mean. Width and height here, that's the size of the animation. 768 by 768 is the default here. I'm going to just set this down to 512 by 512 so you can get some speeds in the generations for the tutorial. If you want more speed, set this to 512. The checkpoints here are loaded default. You can change this to whatever you want. I'm not going to change them for now. If you're getting red errors here when you're loading or queuing your prompt, just make sure that you have these models. If you don't, just click here and press something else. Bear in mind, you cannot use SDXL models. So pick a model that is not named XL. Then we're moving on to the settings for Animate Diff. And this is where it gets a little tricky. You don't need to change anything here. So if you're not interested in fine-tuning your animation, you can just skip a few seconds, but it might be good for you to know this. So the context length here, that's how long Animate Diff will make each segment of animation. Remember I said that Animate Diff, at least version 2, can make animations that are 36 frames at the most, but we can make them.
So I'm using a combination of different engines. Basically, I'm pulling GIFs from a software called iClone and Unity, which we haven't even gotten to Unity today. But as for like animations, I'm pretty sure I'm going to put it all in Unreal Engine and export it. Okay. So we're actually making a little bit of progress here. That's not bad. Frame rate, that is fine. So denoise, I'll turn it back up to 1. Now I did LCM, but I kind of want to avoid it. This is XL. So I think we'll try this checkpoint. This is Animate Diff. Now, ideally, I should be just doing all of this in Unreal Engine. I think me trying to use AI for this is kind of like shooting myself in the foot in a way. Because it's basically new tech that I'm interested in, but it's not exactly beneficial to be using it. Like, I'm actually wasting more time by trying to use AI for everything, which is just ironic. Sound is a little loud. Oh, sorry about that. From YouTube, I bet.
Longer, and that is by chaining them together. So this is how long each of those chain links is going to be, and the context overlap is how many frames that overlap with each other. So if we have
But yeah, just hitting the brick wall, that's all. Okay, so I just reloaded. So I'm going to try a different model now. And we're going to prompt it. We'll keep the 1024 because that's what I wanted. Now, the only real reason that I benefit from this is that in the future, I'll be able to do multiple images at the same time. I won't have to set up scenes in Unreal. Yeah, I mean, if I can nail this workflow down, it's going to be faster in the long run. But if I can't, it's kind of like I'm just wasting time. So I'm hoping I can get it working. Okay, sounds good, Suhaib. Okay, so we have the animations, we have the lighting. It appears to be blending the image too well. That looks strange. It might be because of my latent image. Empty latent. It might be because of this latent. So let me try swapping that out. But we are getting the GIF. It's saving the output, so I can check my folder. So it's got a flicker, but it is the right aspect ratio. The flickering, if I have more animations, it should fix itself. Now, current problem is that we're getting some noise. I could try turning it into an MP4, see if that improves it. I didn't really care for any of this. Oh, we do have an LCM model. Let's try the LCM. CFG, I probably want to keep low. This is going a bit slower. Might have to restart it. We're figuring it out.
here, so that's going to be
Motion scale. Okay, we'll try it again. Hmm. Maybe I need a different model. So I'm using the LCM model, but I want a different checkpoint. We have control net models too. This is a checkpoint merge. Guess we'll try it. This is control nets. So I guess we could explore some control net. So I don't have any animate control nets. Alright, well, we'll try this new model. Well, time to reduce all these. Oh, okay. Put it in the wrong spot. In the meantime, let me pull up a monster. Use the mimic. These are all using the wrong materials. Nice. And it broke them. Fantastic. Really? Really gonna make me do all that? Damn. No, it's not blending. I guess I didn't anticipate animating and lighting at the same time. You have the loading batch. We're encoding it. Oh, this isn't going anywhere. Where's this supposed to be going? Yeah, me trying to understand this is not going well. Maybe we should just focus on the animated diff part first. I don't even know anymore. So we're converting a mask, rendering out an image, creating a new batch. think animated diff is actually the wrong thing to be making. I'm supposed to be essentially using the image batch, and because I'm not editing them at all, I can just use the masks sequentially. So every rendering is going to increment my batch. Okay. I'll go ahead and close this, and we'll load up the image generation again. Essentially this character, and we're resizing it, which is fine. So we're going to do batch from directory. We'll do a test for now. We just need these to be different. Yep. Paste that directory. And that's going into the image resize. So basically we want to export the batch as multiple images. So let's just see what happens if I hit play. So I was thinking about it all wrong. I was like, oh, I have to animate it. No, animation is for like generating AI images. This is basically layering light on top of images I've already made. Like, that's all I'm trying to do. I shouldn't be trying to complicate things. So each one of these batched images needs to be generated. So let's see if I can do a quick search for that. Batch images generate ComfyUI sequence directory. Just throwing out a couple keywords here. Export batch image UI. So this is correct, but now I want to generate multiple. So what I can do is increment this with the seed. This might be a dirty way of doing it, but it's the way my mind understands it. So do start index, then seed, So basically, every time I click QPrompt, it's going to increment the seed, which would then increment the index. So I should, in theory, get 2 different images here. If that works, I'm happy with it. And I can test it. And while that's running, because it is going to take some time, I'll go ahead and pull one of my working monsters here. Let's do fantasy rat, sure. Okay, we want the prefab, VR. So for whatever reason, these are not URP. It's just annoying. I hate materials in Unity so much. So it breaks it. Now it has like some clipping. Whatever. Animation. It looks like the animation's working, but it's playing a death animation. I plugged in idle, so not quite sure why it's playing death. I mean, alphabetically, makes sense. It also has an animator here. We have to remove the animator? Okay. You look so derpy. Okay. This is fine for now. Current frame. Why would it reset the... Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. So it made a pixel version. Ideally, I do not want it pixelated. Okay, well my seed thought actually works. So we can now plug in the correct lighting, and it looks like it'll generate properly. And then I can make that a GIF using another ComfyUI. I suppose we should try it. We have 212. So we'll do extra options, batch count, 212. So every time it goes up, it's adjusting which image in the queue to add the overlay to. And I mean, 212 images is going to take a long time to generate. So it doesn't really seem worth it to do it this way. It doesn't seem worth it to do this way at all. However, most of my images are not going to be using GIFs. This is kind of like the opening sequence. But in terms of how long this is going to take, this is not a good sign. But I'll time it. 212 images. And all it's doing is adding light to it, which I can coincidentally just do that myself. Looks like it's not even loading now. It's just kind of like hiccuping. So how could I simplify this? Well, first thought is not to do it in 212 seat, like batches at a time. First thought would be to do like 20 images. But even then, like each one's on average about a minute. So 212, we're talking like 3 hours. So what if I just loaded the mask in the that image? Because right now it's generating the mask, and the cool part is like I could increment this light as well. like interpolate it. It's like I can move these two values around. It's still generating the very first image right now. So the first one was 240 seconds. We'll see how long the second one is, and then I'll cancel it.
Save.
Save! So we have an idle rat, but I don't like it. Also looks like it's not even playing the animation. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't add it, apparently.
Don't forget to save, or I will have you cleaning dishes, SpongeBob.
No! I hate cleaning dishes, you know that. Okay. Alright. I need to cancel my ComfyUI generation. Does not... It took that long? 68 seconds on average. Okay. So the cool thing here is that you can generate lighting, but the bad thing is it takes way too long, and that is not good. Now, if I'm using solely AI imagery, like this is a cool workflow. It just takes a long time to generate each individual image. But I don't really need to. Like, that's actually not something I have to do. So what does that mean? I can blend the light in real time, or I can at least try to. So I'll save this image. And we're just gonna convert this to a mask. We'll do image to mask. So this should just be a load. Choose file. So we don't really care about the resize. So I'm just going to skip all this. Now I'm unsure if this is going to be faster. Oh shit. Damn it. It should end in a sec. I only clicked it twice, but that's 212 times 2. Did my rat come out? Oh yeah, the rat worked. The idle isn't really doing much though. It's just kind of like looking up and down. This, on the other hand, is pretty consistently fast. I think it was generating the mask every single AI generation. So now this is only taking a fraction of the time. 17 seconds. I think it was at 2.5. We just want this image to appear normal. This first one looked fine. Oh no, is it adding things? It does appear to be adding stuff. Some artifacts. So I increase the amount of steps. So basically, how many times it writes over itself. Okay, so quick math. 22 seconds. That's 3 per minute. If I have over 180, that's still about an hour for a generation, which isn't terrible. Okay. Seems better now. About one step. Nope. Sometimes it just freezes up on you. But this is what I wanted. However, if it takes an hour for a 212 frame, pull up the calculator. 212 frame is definitely on the upper end, and this is more for the title sequence. So if 200, doing 12 frames per second, so it's 17 seconds. So 17-second animation is taking roughly 60 minutes at these current settings. So what is it? 60 minutes divided by 17. What math am I doing right now? So it's 17 seconds of animation, quote unquote, per hour. Right. I mean, I don't really need to go down anymore from that. But I think it was like 1 second is generally like...
Do maths I hear go west is amazing at math.
Are you good at math? So I have an hour of rendering time, 60 minutes, and I'm getting 17 seconds of renders, which is fine. Yeah, like overall, I brought it down a lot, so I'm happy with that. This is pretty much what I assumed was going to be the amount of time it would take. However, it does look like it needs a reload here. Math sounds perfect, if you say so. What are you up to today, Go West? You still at work?
The math sounds perfect.
So now the hard part. I want to separate it after adding the light, which actually isn't too difficult.
Yeah,
So
helping students register last second before summer registration closes.
Ooh. I remember being in that boat. How many students do you generally see in an hour? So I already had it hooked up here. So we save image. We'll do Zakari. Yeah, I imagine there's never a dull moment.
Plus emails and calls.
Plus you got me in your ear, Go West? Jeez. Sensory overload much. So we have our mask here, which, interestingly enough, I could probably generate a moving mask and then use that incrementally, much like I'm incrementing my images here.
Never.
Never.
LOL, I take you out in between when seeing student in person.
Sounds good. But yeah, I'm not going to be your distraction or excuse, Go West. But it sounds like you're doing just fine. Like, you're keeping up with the Joneses. Everything else seems to be working. The only thing I'm having trouble with right now is it's loading the models a little bit slow. But I haven't changed anything. Did I change anything? Oh, I think it's loading the directive right now, which takes a while. We don't need to image resize, so I'm not quite sure why I kept this node. So we can cancel this. So we no longer need that node. This seemed fine. Might even be able to lower that, but we'll do a quick test run. Okay. I'll be right back. Probably be streaming for like 30 more minutes. Come on. You wanna go out? Tipper. And we're back. Okay, so now I need to generate a mask from my previous image. Garnican.
The subtitle acts like you are speaking, but you seen silent.
I'm not sure what it picked up. Let me see what it said. Interesting. I'll keep an eye on it. I don't know what it was picking up. Because it should just be my microphone.
New voice.
Yeah. I'll put you back on the tired voice.
Those are fighting words.
Fighting words. So it looks like it didn't save the new lighting. And the new lighting isn't there at all.
Like a Scottish pirate with a flu, interesting.
What is it saying? Oh, it's the pirate voice. You'll see how this generates. It's taking too long right now. But I turned up a batch, so the first one generally takes the longest. If it's a batch, usually the second and so on, it's already loaded everything.
I just want the Krabby Patty recipe.
You know it's not for sale. You're gonna have to steal it. And even then, security is top notch here at Half Dork Studios. Okay, so I just exported a new rat. I wanted to see what it looked like. So I was able to change the camera perspective without much of a problem. Although I don't think I can animate the camera.
Tipsy will claw you if you steal.
Exactly. I could, perhaps... Actually, I'm not going to overcomplicate things. I wonder if there's an easier way to add lighting in post. This is taking a insane amount of time. And all I'm doing is adding and removing a mask. I could do it in hindsight, so it's like I could do all of the lighting, and then after I have all my images, remove all of the lighting. Yeah, I feel like the lighting is just something I should do outside of the program. This was a good learning experience, because now I know how long this would take. Now, as for like adding lighting, I could probably add like an image overlay. You can see if there's like a CSS I could do. Lighting to image. Outer glow. I mean, adding a lighting to something like this is pretty nice. So we could add like a filter. So the other option was to just do the lighting here. Which honestly is going to be much easier in the long run. So I should probably just do that. It's not even playing the animation. Oh. right. Well, I am gonna go do something else for a little bit because my mind needs a break. I think I'm gonna go for either a walk or a jog. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. It was one of those days where it's just like you figure out what you're doing. I'm really hoping that, you know, the last couple streams equate to me figuring out, like, this is my
Thanks
workflow.
for the stream then.
You know? Thanks, Garnican. Ideally, I'll be streaming more often. But I'm trying to get, like, a workflow to where I know point A to point B to point C, etc. Right now, it's like I'm trying multiple different ways of lighting, for example. And it's very clear that I just need to do it without AI. In fact, I don't even know if I need AI. I think using AI was just kind of like what I assumed I would be doing. At the end of the day, it's just not necessary. Pretty sure I can even export it as a GIF. That would even save me more time. No. No. But that's okay, we can do a PNG export, make a sequence. All this is fine. And man, I'm pretty happy with this workflow. These are gonna have a difficulty with lighting, for sure. And of course, I don't even have to worry about lighting. Lighting was just one of those thoughts, I'm just like, oh, I need to light it. Okay. I don't know. I find it interesting. I just wish it wasn't so damn difficult. Thanks for watching.
Later.